Hi guys, welcome to one of my videos where I use exposure therapy to help treat my choking phobia. So today I'm, full disclosure, I have eaten earlier a couple one cheese croissant and one regular croissant. Because I found after 2 hours of eating that rice yesterday, I started really feeling really hungry still. So I ended up eating that much later. And then I'm not entirely sure why. I think it has something to do with my OCPD. I don't want to really necessarily eat in the afternoons or late times. I have before, and I thought before it was like a really exposure I wanted to get into, and then I realized no, it's more of just like I'm not really a big eater at those times. I mean, I might get into it later in my personality. As of right now, I like starting my days doing an exposure video and kind of getting the eating done. So with that being said, today I'm just gonna be having some fries, deep fried. I'm taking acid reflux pills. I think what happened is I ate some expired cookies a couple of days ago, so my stomach is kind of not. That's what was kind of happening. My stomach is definitely feeling not nauseous, like pre-nausea, or like if you move too fast, you may need to kind of slow it down. So with that being said, I'm gonna try to do my exposure today, and we'll learn more about exposure videos. I'm sure we'll learn more about exposure therapy through basically just watching videos together. Let's see. So that's gonna be it for the intro video. Stand by for the exposure video. And one more thing I want to say. I also took my medication just for people who have swallowing phobia. I did do that. I find that I do have swallowing phobia. Not as much though as choking phobia, my specific choking phobia. I mean, so if you do have swallowing phobia, choking any other specific phobia, you need to do the same thing, like get a graduated list of fears and kind of work your way up when you start feeling comfortable. All right, looks like the fries are almost done. Let's see here. Yeah, just a couple of minutes maybe. Yeah, just a couple more minutes. Just put the heat down a little bit. Alright, so as soon as the fries are done, I'm just going to drain them off, put them in the plate, put on the YouTube video we're going to watch, and I'll put the YouTube video I'm going to watch now. I'm not entirely sure. Remember last time we were talking about this incredibly brave person who had, I believe he had a fear of driving, or a fear of like agoraphobia, like a fear of having no exit. So actually that looks like what we're going to be starting it on again. This guy, he lives in the UK with his family. I remember actually we left off on this idea that family is really helpful for people who have some sort of phobia, because it allows them to kind of like guilt trip the person to go out. Like if, for example, you don't want to go out because you're have social phobia, and so your family would be like, come on, let's go, and then you'd be like, no, and then they would kind of push you. They'd be like, all right, I don't care what you say. I'm gonna, I'm not gonna give up on you. I want you to go out. And then, they wait for you 20-30 minutes. They talk to you. They calm you down. And then you finally move out and you go out, right? That is an exposure, and it definitely helps. It's not something I would fully recommend all the time in lieu of psychological help, because family pressure can be damaging many times. It's not like, a fairy tale, everything's gonna be great. It can be damaging. So do that with caution. Do that, obviously, in conjunction with a mental health professional. If you can't do that, if you you don't have a family and you also can't afford mental health help, I highly recommend getting basically a graduated list of things that you should be doing, and kind of writing them down and facing them slowly. This sounds really overwhelming. I've been doing it for about 4 months, and when I first did it, I was very skeptical. I found it very overwhelming to be able to actually stay with the anxiety. Was really difficult, as to actually cull out the base kind of the root of why I feel this way and why I have this phobia. It was actually quite difficult for me. If you see my earlier videos, there's a lot of crying, there's a lot of heartache, there's a lot of confusion, there's a lot of anger. And I think that's why we do these avoidance behaviors, and that's why we don't do exposure therapy, because we'd rather just not feel those emotions. Unfortunately, we need to be able to move on with our lives, and that's why it's highly recommended to do exposure therapy. So as I said, like, I'm no expert. I've done this basically just through, like, what do they call it? Just, as the guy said, hustling and grinding. You know, I got a workbook. I got some other resources people were telling me about. They said, you know, read this book, listen to this person. So that's kind of how it went, guys. And eventually, you just get so fed up with your own results, okay? You get so fed up with you get so fed up with, like, your own results, right? You just think to yourself, I can't, like, something's not right. Like, my, you know, solutions aren't working. So because of that, you get fed up and you think, well, what am I supposed to do? I mean, I'm doing the same effort everyone else is, and the thing is, I'm not getting the same results. So you gotta understand, first of all, people are putting in more effort than you are, and second of all, you understand if you have a mental health disorder, that's something you need to get taken care of first before you can actually do anything else, like set a goal for I guess like setting a goal for something not psycho. I'm not sure. I kind of lost my train of thought there. Anyway, we got the fries. I'm gonna turn the video on, so let's start with part 2. Yeah. Oh, this is part 2. What am I talking about? This is part 2, right? Oh crap! You know what I did? I'm gonna make a part 3 because I don't know how to flip. Be back in a second.